You don't want to miss the Deoraita Zaman. Okay. Okay, guys, the food smells amazing. Enjoy it while we learn. Shiur is sponsored by Yair Sha'ar in memory of his grandmother Hana Bat David and Habiba Sha'ar. Her neshama she'hara aliyah neshama. There you go. All the berachot in her name, guys, please. Okay, we're going to continue. I really would love to move a little bit tonight, guys. So if we can get moving on these sources, because I really want to get to this Lubavitcher Rebbe at the end, which is a beautiful pshat that I really want to share with you. So if we can move a little bit faster, we can get to it tonight. If not, it'll have to be next week. Last week and the week before, we were talking about tefillin. It all started, if you talk between the tefillin shel yad and tefillin shel rosh, you have to make another beracha. And as we know, everybody should know this by heart by now. The Fida Ashkenazim, which is Rabbeinu Tam and Tosafot, if you talk between the yad and the rosh, you have to make two berachot on the rosh, according to the Ashkenazim. You have to make le'aniach again, and you have to make a mitzvah. And according to Sparadim and Shulchan Aruch and Rashi, we follow Rashi in this case, you would only make one beracha. If you talk in between the yad and the rosh, then you just make a mitzvah tefillin. We had Mordechai last week. He asked the question, what if you have to say Kaddish? What if someone's saying Kaddish? I'm in between the yad and the rosh. Do I answer Kaddish? So we have to see. Okay, let's start right away from the Kaf HaHaim. I rolled the page for you. It's on page 11. Kaf HaHaim says, in Shulchan Aruch, Asur la'afsik b'dibur ben tefillah shel yad v'tefillah shel rosh. You cannot talk between the entire pair of tefillin when you're putting them on in the morning.
Which one?
Right on top. No. Right on top on page 11. Va'afilu im chozeh u'barech al shel rosh, asur la'afsik. Even if you say, it's okay, I'm going to talk, and I'm going to make another beracha, like Tosafot says. You get schar, another beracha. No. You're not allowed to. Bet Yosef, Beshem HaPoskim, would lo kehat Tosafot. You see this? Rabotai, if there's one thing that I really want, honestly, between me and you, is when you learn through these shiurim, how to learn. And when you read a Kaf HaHaim, and you see what he says over here, those last 5 words that you would always ignore whenever you read this halakha. The source list. Who cares what the source is? Just tell me the law. Look at the source. Bet Yosef, Beshem HaPoskim, Udlo Kehat Tosafot. Every word of the source list you've learned. You understand what I'm saying? This is not like Tosafot. Why? Because Tosafot holds if you made another beracha, it's beautiful. You lost the averah. Rashi holds you still have the averah even if you made the beracha. Okay? Next, Kaf HaHaim. V'chem ha'menichim tefillin. What is this? Anybody know? Chol Moed. Below beracha. Some people, they put tefillin on Chol Moed, no beracha. If you do this, asur ledaber u'lasiyach. You still can't talk. What do you mean? What's the difference? I'm not making a blessing anyway. Why can't I talk? You cannot talk between each one because it's a aberah. See what the Kaf HaHaim writes in the 3rd line. The reason is not only because we don't want you to say extra blessings. It's a avon to talk, like Rashi. Bet Yosef again. Let's go to the next one. Gimel Nun, which is Nun Gimel. Asur le'afsik b'dibur, says the Kaf HaHaim. To'im ha'olam, the whole world's making a mistake. Shesovrim di'achol ledaber b'lashon hakodesh. They think it's okay if I talk Hebrew. I just can't talk English. Veletas, incorrect. You cannot talk Hebrew. Who writes this? The Shaarey Yerushalayim, and that's his source list. I'm skipping 2 lines. Even to respond hello to your Rebbe, you're not allowed. Who says this? Harambam Perek Daled, which I read to you before. Even silently, just sitting there quietly, you shouldn't sit there for a long time between the yad and the rosh. Put it on already. Next, Kaf HaHaim, Zayin Nun. Asur le'afsik b'dibur, romez be'enav, kores be'esbe'otav. Yeah, tell him the first list is the same, and then yeah. Even motioning with gestures with your eyes and your fingers, you should not do in between the yad and the rosh. It's also like a hefsek. Okay. Now let's see.
You don't do avera? No.
It might be a abira. It's. I'm not going to call it a abira. It's not proper. All the poskim say you shouldn't do it. Okay. Let's now, if you turn the page to page 12, we'll do halakha ma'aseh. You can take this to the bank. Take this home with you because this is Chacham Yitzhak Yosef, Chacham Ovadia Yosef, the final halakha. Tefillin. Now, most of these laws we've touched on, and now you're going to get the final law. Tefillin shel yad u'tefillin shel rosh shetem mitzvot nifradot hem. The yad and the rosh are two separate mitzvot. V'chol ahat mitzvah b'fnei atzmahi. You get two separate mitzvot. Halakha bet. You're going to see these numbers before the halachot. I mixed them up myself on purpose in an order that I felt is a better order than what the book had. So if I was wrong, forgive me. Bet. Mi she'en lo ela tefillah ahat. Someone who only has one of the tefillin. Maniach ota sheyesh lo barech aleh yemik beracha on it. V'wa adin im yesh lo shtehem, you also make one beracha. V'yesh lo shum ones she'en lo yachol aniach ela ahat. Maniach ota sheyachol. If you only can put one on, you put one on with the beracha. Tefillah is lashon yahid. Tefillah is lashon yahid. It's lashon yahid, right? Tefillah v'tefillah is tefillin. Tefillin is lashon rabim. Im maniach gimel. Im maniach tefillah shel yad mebarech lehaniach tefillin. Only the hand, you get lehaniach. Im maniach tefillah shel rosh bilbad mebarech al mitzvah tefillin. Who argues on this? The Ashkenazim. U'minhag Ashkenazim in the brackets, according to the Ashkenazim, shemebarechim bechol yom al tefillin shel rosh, that they make a blessing every day in the rosh. Im yesh lo rak tefillin shel rosh, yibarech bet berachot. If you only have the head, you're going to make both blessings on the head one if you're Ashkenaz. But we don't hold like this. Dalid, im yesh lo tefillah ahat, if you only have one, yaniach ha-tefillah sheyesh lo v'yitpadel tefillah b'siburim tefillin, you put it on and you pray. וכל שכן שאם חושש שיעבור זמן קריאת שמע, שאין לו להמתין שיביאו לו בית התפילין, Adam, right? You're afraid you're going to miss the זמן קריאת שמע until I get a pair of tefillin, but I have one right now. Put the one on and say שמע. להניח התפילה שיש לו ויקרא בה קריאת שמע. Next one, נון ד' לא יברך כי אם ברכה אחת לשתיהם. You only make one blessing. שברכת להניח תפילין על תפילין של יד פותרת גם תפילין של ראש. It covers both. The blessing on the hand covers both of them.
You have to have in mind?
Two separate mitzvot that are encamped under one beracha.
And you have to have in mind for the rosh?
You should, but if you didn't have in mind, you don't make another beracha. There's no way. But you should. We know that Ashkenazim make their own blessing on the head. And their custom is to say the second blessing quietly. Anybody pray with Ashkenazim every day? Do they do this? Yeah, they do it. After they put it on the head, they do this?
I never did that.
I don't know. I only pray Sephardi. I don't pray Ashkenaz. ומה מקום אם ספרדי שמע ברכה זו מאשכנזי, ומקום מקום אם ספרדי שמע ברכה זו מאשכנזי, if you hear this ברכה from Ashkenazi, נכון שיהרהר אמן בליבו. You should think amen in your heart, ולא יענה amen בפיו. Interesting halacha. It's a ספק ברכה. Let's move on to נון ה'. אסור להפסיק בדיבור בין תפילה של יד לתפילה של ראש. You can't talk in between. Even for something to do with the tefillin, you shouldn't talk. If you talked, for the purpose of the mitzvah of tefillin, you don't make a new beracha. If you spoke not about the tefillin, make sure you have a kippah because maybe you took it off already. Nun vav. Before if you're rapping and all of a sudden after you put the hand on, your Rebbe walks in or your father walks in the room and you don't put the head on. Lomar lehem shalom. You cannot stop and say shalom. Put the head on right away. Let's turn the page 13.
And how about king, like the king comes greet you? You have to greet him on the word sakana.
If it's sakana, but if it's not sakana, no. לכתחילה, אין להפסיק בין הנחת תפילין של יד לתפילין של ראש, אפילו בשתיקה בלבד. Even quietly, you shouldn't sit there. וכל שכן שאין להפסיק באיזה מעשה, כגון נתינת מטבע לחברות, don't give any coins to your friends, או אפילו צדקה לעני, don't give צדקה in between, כי מעשה נחשב כמו דיבור שהוא הפסק. Doing things is almost like a הפסק, like talking. ומכל מקום בדיעבד, if it already happened, if you did give tzedakah to a poor person in between the yad and the rosh, no one said anything, you don't make another beracha. You shouldn't even walk around the room, the 4 amot between the head, the yad, and the head. Therefore, אין להוריד את שרבה לחולצה כדי לכסות את זרועו בין תפיל של יד לראש. You shouldn't pull down the sleeve on your arm between the yad and the rosh.
Wow.
You shouldn't pull down the sleeve because that's an unnecessary action between the yad and the rosh. You shouldn't do anything. It sounds like if anything you don't have to do.
You're giving the kavod back to the giving the kavod back to the rosh when you're doing that. You cover.
Chacham Ovadia, by the way, he didn't pull the sleeve down ever. Chacham Ovadia, he prayed with open arm.
Like this, counting them, yeah, that's
Always.
shouldn't do that in between.
Definitely not. Don't count your tefillin straps. Stuff you do.
Right.
Counting your tefillin straps. Wait till after the head is on.
Oh.
Do all the stuff after you put the head on. It's not halakha that you have to cover your arms. So you're doing something not halakhic. Some people will say it's the opposite. It's non-halakhic to cover your arm. Because some people will say this. But the yad should be for you. So that's why most people cover it. Because it's for you on your arm, not for anybody else to see. That's why people cover it. Even though, like I said, Chacham Ovadia did not cover it with the talit. Yeah, Chacham Ovadia. But not with his sleeve. Okay.
Oh, so
Samach Vav.
they cover it with the talit.
You could be a talit over your elbow, obviously. It's a nice thing to do. Samach Vav. You should be careful. Don't motion. Ben tefillin shel yad l'shel rosh. What does that say? Havaya? I can't see. It's not printed well. Havaya hateshtehen. It should be one. Usorech mitzvah. If you have a poor person, you're not going to give him tzedakah, but you're going to go like this. 1 minute, and I'll give you. He says, yesh lehakel. You can do that because you're going to miss the mitzvah. Ayin vav.
You're involved in mitzvah, so you're patur in mitzvah.
Yeah, but he says, if let's sorech mitzvah, you want another mitzvah, you don't want to lose it. Ayin vav. Minhagenu lechroch sheba kerechot shelemot al hayad. Our minhag is to do 7 full wraps around the arm. Ve'achar kach manichin tefillin shel rosh, and then we put the tefillin. Who said not to do this? Who said not to do this? Maran Shulchan Aruch says don't do this, right? Maran Shulchan Aruch says don't put the arm, put the box and straight the head, no arm. But Chacham Ovadia says our custom is like the Ariza. We put all the arm on. ואחר כך חורקים את הרצועה על האצבע. ואף שדעת מרן שולחן ערוך שמן הראוי להניח שראש קודם שיכרוך הרצועה סביב זרועו, even though מרן שולחן ערוך says you should do the head and then the arm, שברכת להניח תפילין באה לפתור גם את התפילין של ראש, וצריך להסמיך הנחת תפילין של ראש להנחת תפילין של יד, מכל מקום, כיבה בשעת המנהג, בכל מקומות, the custom everywhere is, לכרוך הרצועה על זרועו, to do the arm first before the head. But even the wraps around the arms, it's not the ikar mitzvah, it's part of the mitzvah. Arizal says you should do it. Ve'od, she'en hakeshed What does it say? Netziv bil'adehu. The knot of the tefillin that come out. If you don't put it on the arm, it's going to move around.
Yatziv.
Yatziv, is that what it says?
Table.
Yeah. V'nimsa comes out shekirichot hen hashlamat mitzvah. So we have a lot of different types of words here. It's not ikar mitzvah, it's klal mitzvah or hashlamat mitzvah. It's part of the mitzvah. It's a mitzvah thing. But if you're going to miss kedusha and kaddish, if you take the time to put the 7, if there's about to be kaddish and you can just skip the wraps on the arm, put the head on right away, you should do that to get the kaddish. It's better to have the kaddish than to wrap the arm 7 times. Got it, Roy? Got the halakha?
Saying the kaddish or answering.
Make it to answer kaddish. Okay, Rory, the halakha is as follows.
So
You know I'm going to do it right away.
You put the arm, you put the head.
You put the arm and straight put the
It
head.
doesn't mean that you just keep the arm.
No, you got to put the box here, secure it, put the head on. Okay, Rory,
So
the halakha is as follows.
so that if not, you can't say it. Or answer amen.
You can't answer him. That's why you're going to skip it so that you can answer him.
But maybe he means when he says.
No, he's not talking about the fingers. No, don't even start. No, he is not talking about the fingers. Okay, now, that is the first packet. I have a second packet. Part 2 packet. You have it? Here, Moshe. You have it? It should be under. Let's move on to the next topic. So everything we just did was a review of you for the past 2 weeks of all the halachot that we talked about. We have a final halakha l'maaseh. Now, mi sheyesh lo makah bizra'o, someone who has he's hurt his arm. You could only put it up here, but he can't put it on. He has a cast or something on his arm. He can't do it right.
But the mitzvah is
You only can put it high, high up at the shoulder, he says. Uba'al teshuvah. Someone's a ba'al teshuvah. Sheyesh lo al yado kituvat ka'aka shel shetiva erev. Someone who has a tattoo on his arm. Umitbayesh le'aniach tifin she'azera'o. What's the problem? The problem is only his embarrassment. He's embarrassed. Shetigalea ketovet ka'aka. Everyone's going to see his tattoo. If he takes his arm sleeve down, up, so put it on secretly. And put the sleeve right away. Shravu.
Sleep.
Shraval sounds so much better.
Putting the sleeve right away violates what we just
Right,
said.
Maybe for the embarrassment. Shravu. Sharvu. How am I supposed to remember to say sharvu? It doesn't sound right.
What do you mean?
Shravalin sounds like shravalos, you know? You know shravalos, Moshe? Sharvu. V'imi efshar lo la'asok ken b'shum ofan. I have to be careful how I read the halakha now. If you are impossible, you can't do it. You're too embarrassed. People are going to see your tattoos. B'shat ha'dahak. יש להטיל לו להניח תפילין של יד על שרוול חלוקו הדק. You know, I need a new printer. This is ridiculous.
It's going to be a thin sleeve. It's going to be a thick
Yeah. It's unbelievable halakha, huh? Ah, the watch is fine. The watch is fine.
You should take it off.
Let's see. Hold on one second. Let's talk about the sharvu first.
You can't put it.
The connection.
If someone has a tattoo and they're so embarrassed and there's no way they're gonna do it in private,
Yeah.
he says you can put it on top of the sleeve. But no, there's no way.
Really?
That's what he says.
That's no.
Sharvu hadak, thin sleeve. Yeah, but embarrassment, unbelievable, huh?
But this way,
What is everybody talking about over here?
you're drawing more attention to yourself.
Guys, the watch is. Hold on a second.
Now it comes to the question. You walk in the shoe, this is somebody who skips on and puts in the
What do you think? That's a great question. Maybe that embarrassment is better than the tattoo embarrassment.
No, you walk in and say, where did you get it?
If it's a Rolex, you can keep it on.
But I heard that tattoo is.
No, tattoos not.
Yeah.
Uba'al
Look it up.
teshuvah. Let's see. Guys, the watch we'll get to in 1 second. Uba'al teshuvah.
It was the covering.
שיש לו על זרעו כתובת. וכן מי שיש לו, come on, help me out. I can't read this even. על ידו, has a cast or a bandage wrapping on his hand. בכל מקום הקיבורת מכוסה בגבס או בתחבוש מכוסה. You guys are killing me here. בגבס או בתחבושת, they can't put נקודות in this. או בתחבושת, the whole place of the muscle where you put the tefillin on is covered. יניח תפילין על הגבס, put it on top of it, אך לא יברך, but no ברכה.
So it's interesting that he keeps referring to the problem with the hand instead of saying just go to the other hand.
No, you can't go on the other hand. והיה לראות על ידך יד קהה. יד קהה has to be the weak hand. Okay. If you did this and you put it on the cast with no beracha, now you gotta make a beracha on the rosh. ויברך על תפילין של הראש, על מצוות תפילין, and have kavanah לפתור את השליה.
But if they just have a cast here and they put the box
Then you're kosher,
here,
because this is
then
the
you can do
mitzvah.
it. That's
Yeah.
there's no problem.
This is the mitzvah. No, this is a case by the cast, not by the tattoo. This is the cast. I guess the cast is much thicker.
What if
Yeah.
somebody has this cast and can't do their fingers?
The fingers is not. That's the most least important of all. We'll get to the fingers momentarily, but it's the lowest level. תפילין של יד מותר, go ahead. יוד א', תפילין של יד מותר להניחם גם מבלי להסיר את השעון יד. Guys, how many people wanted this question? שעון יד. Yud Aleph. What are they talking about, these guys? David, Yud Aleph, kavod, read. Kavod, read Yud Aleph.
תפילין של יד, מותר להניחם, גם מבלי להסיר את השעון מיד מעלה.
Uh-huh.
אין ברצון, בלי חציצה, לאחר
English.
תבוא עליו ברכה.
English. And we're going to correct your English grammar.
תפילין of the head, you can't put them on without removing the
You can. Hakam Vadia took his off. Hakam Vadia, he used to take his watch off, but you're allowed to leave it. You're allowed. No problem.
I understand that the reason why,
Yes.
because the last wrapping should not be on your wrist.
That may be
And that's
better.
why
What did you say?
and it's going over. It
The last wrapping shouldn't be on your actual wrist, he's saying.
should be above your wrist. There's a little
We've
hole.
learned in the past 2-3
So you already
weeks
made that.
that the Ikad mitzvah is not the wraps anyway.
Right.
If you did this and you tightened it, you put tefillin on. You did tefillin. You get reward for tefillin. Just like this, by tightening it. Tefillah. Okay, guys, we're going to go and move on to the next thing. These are all halachot based on what we already learned, but now it's time to go forward. Yeah, but we don't say it. We say tefillin shel yad. I don't know what. Okay, if you can go back to the first packet, page 5. Page 5. David, do you want to hear the sikha today?
Yeah.
Then you gotta. You're never going to hear the sikha at this page. Okay, turn back to the Gemara Menachot on page 5 of the first packet. So page 5 of the first packet. It says, actually, let's go to the Gemara. We spoke about this in last week. Moshe had a whole argument with me about it, which is fine. Well, let's read the Gemara inside. Let's see. We just finished learning about Sah. Sah bin Tefillah Tefillah Menachot, page 5 of the first pack. Lamed Vav Amud Aleph Menachot. We are on Tana Kishu Maniach. I don't know. How many lines down? 12 lines down.
In the middle of the page?
Kishu Maniach. Page 5 of the first packet.
The last word of that line.
That's the other packet, Sadiq. The first one, the other packet. Look what David, yeah. Gemara Menachot, page 5. Tana. Kishu Maniach. It's around 12 lines from the top, I would say. Kavod, Moshe, go. Read it loud.
שהוא מניח של יד, ואחר מניח של ראש.
So, translate.
When he puts on his tefillin של יד, תפילה של יד,
And then you put the rosh on, which is what we do. Why? Okay. Keep going.
וכשהוא חולט,
When you take it off,
when he takes them off, חולט של ראש, takes off the head, and after that, he takes
חולט של יד. Keep going, Moshe. Bishlema. It is good.
שהוא מניח,
כשהוא מניח של יד, Rosh. I understand why you put the hand before the head. Why? Dichtiv. It says in the pasuk, head. Ukshatam, go ahead.
כשאתם לאות על ידיך.
The hadar, and then it says, so I'm going in order of the pasuk. Right, Ori? When I put a tefillin on, it says, Ukshatam neot al yadecha, v'hayu l'totafot b'necha. I'm following the order of the pasuk. Arm first, head second. Ela, go ahead, Moshe. Ela, but, u'holetz. No, this is a question, Sadi. Ela, kshu holetz. See, Aramaic is my domain. Actually, yeah, kshu holetz, when you're taking it off, holetz shel rosh ve'aka holetz shel yad. You take off the head first and then the hand. Minalan. How do you know this? Right? Why do you take the head off first before the hand? We said last week. Amar Rabba said. Go.
Continue.
Rab Huna Asbir Ali. Rab Huna explained to me the reason why we take off the head first. Amar Kira, the pasuk says, "V'hayu le'totafot ben einecha." They have to be totafot plural between your eyes. Calls man ben einecha. Any time tefillin is between your eyes, which means on your head, yiyu shitayim. It must be a pair. V'hayu le'totafot ben einecha, which means if you took off the tefillin shel yad first, you're going to be having the rosh on your head when it's not a pair. You violated v'hayu le'totafot ben einecha.
And if you only have one on the rosh,
You got it, David.
but if you only have the rosh, then you say
You only have the rosh, but you're going to lose the mitzvah. You got to do one, but preferably we should do v'hayu le'totafot ben einecha.
Why isn't it ever called the yad?
Ot. Good question. So the gemara is going to talk about what does totafot mean. Maybe next week we'll do this gemara. Mahloket.
What's the shayla?
Hold on, I didn't hear that one. His question is, why is the head called totafot and the yad is called the ot, which is very perceptive. And the answer I gave him was, we're going to do, God willing, next week maybe, the gemara is going to say what is totafot, and it's a mahloket what the word means. So we'll do that. What was the second point you said?
Can you talk between them when you're taking them off?
Great question. I may have pasted that halakha here last minute. If I didn't, remind me and we'll do it.
But Hans, we talked before, somebody that only has one,
If you only have one,
so you cannot.
you gotta do it. You gotta take what you can take. It's like, it's like rule 101 of sales. You want to make the sale for 1,000, but if you only make $10, take that $10. You gotta take what you gotta take.
But when I say you cannot have that feeling, if it's not.
You're violating that component. Correct, but at least you're getting something. I rather violate v'hayu le'totafot.
But by Rebbe Amuna,
No. Rabunaz. Okay, but if I don't have both of them, I'm gonna lose. Some people say tefillin is 9 mitzvot aseh. Some people count. 9 mitzvot aseh in the Torah. I'm gonna lose all of it for one violation. Give me a little bit. I'll take the rosh. One violation. If you count how many times it says it, I don't know the whole count by heart. Okay, so I want to go see a Tosafot now. Ukshatam neot al yadecha. There's a Tosafot. My printer was really bad. Let's just try to read a few lines and see what we can get here. Ukshatam Tosafot's on the bottom. Ukshatam neot al yadecha v'hayu le'totafot ben einecha mikan kasha lepirush hakuntiros. Over here, I have a hard time with Rashi's explanation. The Perek Amal Lehem Emunah, in the Perek which is named Amal Lehem Emunah, in Yoma, Gabe'en Ma'avilin al Misvot, the Amal Shema Mina, Abure Dar'a. This is so hard. Atotefta, Asur, Kishibogeh, Betfin Shel Yad Tehila, Asur Le'abir Ulaniach Shel Rosh. The En Ma'avilin al Misvot. Rashi says, he quotes Rashi, which Rashi says, if you have the hand tefillin first, you can't skip it to put the rosh on. You must put the hand one on first. Why? In ma'avidin al mitzvot. You can't pass by a mitzvah, and you already have the yad. And so therefore, you can't put down the yad to put the rosh on. This is a Rashi in Yoma. Tosafot says, what are you talking about? What kind of svara is this? Again, Rashi says in Yoma, if you have the hand tefillin, you can't put the hand down and choose the rosh tefillin. Because en ma'avidin al mitzvot. That's not the reason. No, that's not the reason. That's That's not the reason why you put. The reason is you have to put the yad on first. It's not because of him having on mitzvot.
I don't get it.
That's what the Tosafot's exactly what he's saying. Tosafot's saying, what are you talking about? What do you think means this reason? Just say the reason. Mishum dekach mitzvato. Maniach shel yad kodem. That's what the Gemara just told us. The order. You have to put the yad first. Nothing about passing over mitzvot. Benotam says, Mishum Rabbeinu Hananel. Beshem Rab HaGaon. The ID b'sha'a shecholes tefillin umaniach betik. Rashi is not talking about when you're putting on the tefillin. He's talking about when you're putting them away. You're taking them off, you're putting them in the kuracha, you're putting them in the bag. Shelo ya'avor otan shel yad, v'yitenena betik tehila. You should not put the hand one in the bag first, Rashi is saying. You have to put the rosh first. So even if you're holding the hand, you took both your tefillin off,
Right.
and you're holding the hand, you want to put it away, put it down and put the rosh away first.
I thought it's taking it out, taking it out of
This is exactly the point. This is the reason.
But it's assuming they're stacked up.
Hold on.
Usually they're side by side.
side by side, yeah.
But they talk about this all.
The new ones are casing. They go on top of each other.
Everything you're saying, all the rabbis speak about. How we stack it, side to side, back to right, up and down. It's the whole thing. So he's saying, you cannot ya'avor otan shel yad betik techila. You cannot put the yad away in the bag first. Ve'ahakach shel rosh lema'ala. And then you want to put the rosh on top of the yad. This word on top, everyone talks about. Does it mean literally on top? Does it mean on top, which means that you'll get to it, you'll stick your hand, you'll get it first. It means in front. So the question, what he means on top? Yeah. What's your question?
If you have tefillin shel Yad Rashi and tefillin shel Rosh Rabbeinu, that's all you will hear.
I'm laughing at the question, but I don't think we're laughing for the same reason, my friend. I'm laughing because in 2 weeks, you're going to be laughing.
Oh, yeah?
If you come to the shiur in 2 weeks, we'll remind me of this question and you'll get a good laugh.
It happens. I had it on Tuesday. One Rashi.
Don't double down. Don't double.
It disappeared.
Tell them not to double down on this question. Wait 2 weeks and see if it's still a question.
But the Rosh is more hashu, right? It's more,
The Rosh is
Right.
whole year. Yes.
so it should go on top.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Deem can, if you put the Rosh on top,
Then you put in the yard first.
כשבא להניח תפילין, when you come tomorrow to put it on, היה פוגע בשל ראש תחילה, you're going to grab it first. צריך להעביר על המצוות. And that's what Rashi means when he says you're going to be ma'avir on the mitzvot. Because you cannot put the Rosh on first.
Why would you say it in such a...
He said it in a weird way. Yeah, agreed.
Why don't you just say, don't put it
Agreed.
like this?
Agreed.
That's it.
I am not
How did
saying.
they?
So if you stick your hand in your tefillin bag and you pull out the Rosh first, you need to put it down. You can't put it on.
Cover it, yeah.
So the best thing to do is put it down, wait a second, think about something else.
Put it back in the
But
bag.
since
Put it back in the bag.
Rashi is not commenting.
No, I don't think you put it back in the bag. I think that's
Somebody else is
He's
explaining.
explaining Rashi's words.
Well, we could assume.
No, but-
maybe that's not.
what I want to know.
We need to think about it.
Rashi knew this Gemara. I mean,
No,
Rashi,
Rashi.
I know.
But why are they explaining him in
Because-
such a way? He's saying it purposely in a wrong, in a
That's a
strange
good question,
way.
but again, Rashi knew this Gemara. It's the most simple thing. Rashi knew the reason why we don't put the yad. Why we put the yad first. So I understand what you're saying.
What is he saying? Say it again.
When Rashi said,
No, say the words of Rashi.
the words of Rashi,
שמחזיק בידו, מה?
he says, Shema Mina, we learn from here, Abure Dera'a Atotefta Asur, you cannot pass over the tefillin. If you touch your tefillin of yad first, Asur le'a'abir u'laniach shel rosh, you can't pass and put the head on, the en mavil mitzvot, which is agreed. It's a funny way of saying it, but there's no other option.
He kept his own words and said, וכשפוגע בראש תחילה,
I agree, but you have a question on Rashi. I agree.
And my answer is that we should try to understand what he
But
meant.
it's a
I'm not
Urash
the
Gemara.
explanation.
So for something like this, I would go to the Maharsha, which I didn't. I see what the Maharsha says on Tosafot. I see if people want to answer it, but I didn't dip because this that Rashi is not even in this Masechet. It's in Yoma. So I didn't dive deep into that Rashi.
So what happens with the person that has,
For sure.
the canister? They have the canister in one account. So how do they do that? What do they do? Put the rosh on the bottom?
If you have to, I mean, it's not respectful to the Rosh, but if you have to, you have to.
That's the only way in order to take it back.
It's not the right thing
the
to
right
do.
way.
Yeah, it's not. It's let's see. They talk about everything. Anyway, the Zavot says the problem that you don't want to stick your hand and grab the Rosh first. This is so. This comes from Tosafot. Now that we read this Gemara and this Tosafot, we'll resume the other packet.
Can we split the question on that?
Yeah.
A person, that happened to me. A friend of mine came to visit me from out of town, and he didn't have his tefillin, so can I use it to daven? I gave him mine, and he grabbed them in the wrong order because it's his own order. What is he supposed to do at that
You
point?
picked up what?
He picked up Rosh
You
before.
gotta put it down.
So he leaves
gotta put it
puts
down.
it back.
Yeah.
So he's ma'avir ala
You
mitzvah.
have to. This isn't the Torah.
והיו לתותפות, והיה לאות.
Yeah, both.
By the way, the language of the mitzvah is a little bit interesting. Ukshartam is a tzivui. There is an action. Ukshartam לאות על ידיך. והיו is a past tense, and it's a passive
What you're
thing.
saying is in the Sikha of the Lubavitcher Rebbe. I don't know if we're getting into this week. Maybe next week. It's in the Sikha.
Yeah, because you got to ask yourself,
It's
the
there.
value is something,
It's there, my friend.
I think it's more like a present progressive type.
I don't want to give it away.
Don't ever remove it
The
from
Lubavitcher Rebbe's words are better than my words. We're getting to it.
Huh?
We're getting to 99% of everything. We're getting to it. Okay, let's see. Shulchan Aruch. So Shulchan Aruch, Orah Chaim 28. We're back on the first page. Why did I make two packets? Because I didn't want to print this Gemara again. I saved the paper. And so I said, just look at this Gemara again. Okay. Dinei halisat tefillin. This is the laws of taking off tefillin. We're in the second packet, page 14. Hayav adam lemashmesh betefillin b'chol sha'ah. You have to touch your tefillin b'chol sha'ah. Every minute, every hour. How you define this? All the time. B'chol sha'ah. Shelo yasiach da'ato mehem. So you should not forget about wearing them. Hold on, we'll see. Hold on. Yeah, b'chol sha'ah, he said. B'chol sha'ah. B'chol sha'ah, he says right now. That's true also, but hold on. Let's see what Mishnah Berurah says. V'yimashmesh b'shel yad tehila. When you do touch them, touch the yad first. When you say that in Shema, yimashmesh b'shel yad, touch the yad. They didn't touch those. That's what we do. Where does the minhag come from? Tefillin shel rosh, which is really Tosafot. Tefillin shel rosh.
You said minhag. Is it a minhag or it's halakha? He says it.
I mean, define halakha. It's not the halakha de oraita. It's the rabbi said. Tosafot brings over here that you should do it. I mean, Tefillin shel rosh holes tehila. You take off the rosh first. Tichtiv ve'ayu letotavot b'neinecha. Kol zeman she'b'neinecha yiyu shtayim. We like this. Tzarich lahalos tefillin shel rosh me'umad. You have to stand up when you take the head off. Yaniach betik shel rosh ve'alav shel yad. He uses the same word to support alav. Put the rosh in first and on it the hand. K'shiyabo l'aniham b'gab shel yad tehila. You should touch the yad first.
On it.
That's what he uses the word alav. They talk about what the word alav means. Hold on. Minhag hachamim lenashek tefillin b'sha'at nahatan. Yeah, that's the one thing a lot of people don't like, my friend. A lot of people don't like this one. Minhag hachamim lenashek tefillin b'sha'at nahatan or b'sha'at halisatan. The minhag of the hachamim is to kiss it. Not everyone kisses tefillin because maybe it's a hefsek.
That's putting it on, not taking it off.
Maran Shulchan Aruch says b'sha'at nahatan or b'sha'at halisatan. Both. Maran Shulchan Aruch. He says the minhag is two. Wait 1 second for the end. Let's see Mishnah Berurah explaining him. Mi'umad, you have to put it on standing up. And you have to take off standing up. The rosh. Yeah. Hu adin hasarat ha'kerichot shel ha'etzba. So too, when you take off the 3 wraps around the finger, you should be standing up. ולמנהגנו, according to our minhag, שמניחין של יד גם כן מעומד אשכנזים, put everything on standing up.
Right.
צריך גם כן לחולצו מעומד, my printer. You have to also take it off standing up. What does that say? דכהנחתן כך חליצתן. Just like you put it on, you have to take it off. ויש מהחכמים, some from the rabbis, שהיו נוהגים לחלוס תפילין של ראש ביד שמאל. A lot of people take off the head with their left hand. I do this. You take off with the left hand. שהיא ביד קהה, which is your weaker hand, להראות שקשה עליו חליצתן, which shows you don't want to do it. ואם הוא איטל יד, if you're a lefty, שכל מלאכתו בשמאלו, חולצן בימינו, then use your right hand. כדי שלא לעשות החליצה במהירות. You should not do with your strong hand taking off the tefillin. Mishnah Berurah. Ve'alav shel yad. When you put away the tefillin, you put the yad on top of the rosh. Maran Shulchan writes. Kadav Bach, the Bach writes. V'chein ataz, and also to the zahav. Dehainu she'aseh tik aroch. You should make a long bag, bitzad, and narrow. She'yu munachim zeh al gabe zeh. They should be one on top of another. The Magen Avraham Katav, the Magen Avraham writes, the Oter Tov L'Tena Tefillin Zeh Besad Zeh. You should put one on the side of each other. V'chen nohagin, and this is the custom, not to put them on top of each other, to put them on the side of each other. U'ma shekadav v'mechaber, this is the author, Maran Shulchan Aruch, wrote, Ve'alav shel yad, alav, you should put on top of the rosh to go the yad. Pirusho she'itinu kesat l'sad ma'ala. You should put it a little higher. So that if you stick your hand in, you always reach the yad first.
What is on the right side, right?
That's another question. Everything's a question. The tov shiyu hatefillin shel yad besad yamin shel atik. In Shulchan Shlomo, he says the tefillin shel yad should be on the right side. Gam ken mitam zeh, because you stick your hand, your right hand usually. V'yesh nohagin la'asot shnei kisim.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Because you stick your right hand. If you're a righty, you stick your right hand in, so it's going to reach the right on the right side.
Right.
Yeah. Some people have a custom to have two bags. Ahad shel yad, ahad shel rosh, and one for the yad, one for the rosh. Ach gam b'shnei kisin yoter tov sheyizahed v'yiten hakosh shel yad kasat l'sad ma'ala. Still, you should put the bag of the yad first and higher, so you hit it first. And this way you don't pass over a mitzvah if you get there. You could do that. Yeah. Okay. Let's skip to the next one. Tehillah. Because we don't want you to pass over a mitzvah. It's good to not even take away the yad until you put the head into the bag. So you don't forget. If they're both off at the same time, maybe you'll put the yad away first. So therefore, put the rosh away first, and then
so after you take it off, you wrap it and
put it away.
Then do the next one.
Yeah.
What's in Rosh Chodesh? When you're taking out from the strap, you don't even have time to take out.
That's true. Yeah. So that's why he's in nachon nizahed. It's good too. But,
It's the reason that you make a mistake if you're at the
he's afraid. Yeah, he's afraid if you make a mistake, he'll put the yad away first. Let's do kafahayim. Kafahayim, guys, the sikha is going to be next week from the Rebbe. Mi'umad, no, tefillin shel rosh holes tehillah. You take off the head first. First, you take off the fingers, and then you take off the rosh. Magen Avraham. I'm skipping a little bit. Maharash Vital, according to Rabbi Vital, Yasid Gam Bet or Gimel Kedechot Minazeroa. You should take off the fingers and also 2 or 3 arm straps before the head goes off. I do this. And then you take the rosh. So you should take off the fingers, up to the Kabbalah, and also 1 or 2 of the arms, or even 3. Vehu shekatav behagahato the Shaarey Kavanot. He wrote this in his gloss to the Shaarey Kavanot, kedeh lehashvot divrei ha'arizal v'divrei Shulchan Aruch, so that the Arizal could agree with the Shulchan Aruch. The Arizal wants you to take off the arm first. Shulchan Aruch doesn't want you to take off the arm first. And so to compromise, take off a few of the wraps from the arm, and the Arizal will be happy, and Maran Shulchan Aruch will be happy. And he says over here, I'm going to copy over here what he says in the Shaarey because it's missing from the print.
The Arizal wanted to take
the arm off. Yeah.
And so the whole thing,
It's still on. No, arm, not
just the
muscle.
wrapping.
Arm. Yeah. Okay.
Not the knot.
Anun wahagim lehatir. I'm in the same kafahim. Anun wahagim lehatir kishirim ala etzba hanekra amma kenoda. Our custom is to take off the finger first. וגם כן אנו מטילים bet or gimel kisharim, אפילו מהזרוע, and 2 or 3 wraps from the arm we take off. ואז הוא כאילו הוסנו תפילין של יד. Then this is kaf ha'im. It would be as if we took off the arm. Once you took off 2 or 3, you took it off. לפי האריזל, you did enough. After you take the 2 or 3 wraps from the arm off, מסירים את תפילין של ראש, take the head off. And then you take off the whole thing from the arm. If we do this, we do like both shitot. So why do we take off the finger first? Because it's like the arizah, it's like you took off the arm first, almost. And then the gamli biyad havale kedebre maharik. It's like both of them. Okay.
Just take off the fingers and we do.
I'm going to read you one more thing. Hold on.
Why are we messing up with the yad? If the whole thing is to be totafo and to keep that together, just remove the head.
Why are we talking about putting it? Why not putting it on?
Listen to this.
Putting it on part.
Talk about one the head, the one that you put on the head.
The straps.
The strap comes down. Sometimes it just
Flip.
left, backward, whatever. Isn't it like you gotta put it on the middle of
Yeah.
kind of way or something?
Yeah, that's going to be, it's coming.
And holding.
We're going to do that.
Holding the dollar against the Rosh's box, and then
The head, it's coming. It's coming in a future shiur. We're going to do it. All the gemara.
I don't understand why they're so concerned about moving 3.
I'm going to read you. This is a sefer called Avodat Ovadia. Avodat Ovadia is the life of Hacham Ovadia. It's written by people, mostly his grandchildren, who are eyewitness testimony to what he did every day in his life. After he died, Hacham Ovadia, they wrote a lot of sefarim, exactly what he did. So let's see what he says. He says over here, Nahag lehorid hasha'on me'al yado b'sha'at hanahat tefillin. Hacham Ovadia took off his watch, even though you don't have to. He took off his watch every day when he prayed. Lo nahag leishtamesh b'ritzuot hasivuot b'shachor b'shnei sidehem. Okay, he didn't use the black, which I'll save for another time.
He didn't use what?
I don't want to do it because it's about these straps. I'm going to save it. It's a whole nother gemara. We're going to get to it. I want to stick to this thing first. Kodem shehalas. I'm going to just forget it and say that. Just come to the future shiurim. We'll get everything. Kodem shehalas tefillin shel rosh. Before he took off the head tefillin, פעמים היה מסיל 2 או 3 קרחות מתוך 7 הקרחות שכרך סביב היד. Sometimes he would take off 2 or 3 of the arm straps and then the head. ופעמים לא הסיל אלא 3 קרחות מן האצבע. Sometimes he only took off the 3 from the fingers and then he took off the תפילין של ראש. ומכל מקום היה מסילם בעמידה. He always was standing up. So he did both. Sometimes he did this kaf ha'im and sometimes he didn't do kaf ha'im.
No, he's saying only standing up for the.
You have to stand up when you take off. Yeah.
Right, but don't you have to sit down then when you're taking the yad?
When you're taking the yad from here, you should sit down. When you're taking the arm,
That's the first part of you standing up, and then when you're taking this off.
when you take off the fingers, you have to stand up.
Right.
So Chavadah himself, many times, he took off 2 or 3 wraps from his arm before the head came off. Okay.
but it also the other way was.
It's also kosher. Also kosher.
So why is it more?
Stand up to do the first 3, right? You can be seated for that and then stand up just for the.
The problem is you have to stand up when you do these. When you take these,
Oh, you do?
yeah. So you can sit down and come back up.
Why do you have to stand up?
It's on the list. It's on the list. Everything's on the list. Okay. I want to do one more thing, and then we'll call it a night. One more thing.
Right away.
Huh?
Have that whole dance.
I have everything here. It's all here. I'm going to do one more thing.
So we're gonna recap this at the very end so we can do a definitive what's correct, right?
Yes. What we did before today, in the beginning, was a recap of the first 2 weeks. Yeah. Some people have them in hand. Let me do this one outside. Kafa Haim writes on Samach Het. This is the last one for today, guys. Samach Het, which is the top of page 16. Ahad she'eniach tefillin shel rosh. After you put on the tefillin of the head. כשקורא חרצועה סביב האצבע האמצעי, יהיה מעומד. When you wrap the middle finger, you have to stand up when you do this. I'm skipping the line of sources.
That's after you're putting the head.
Yeah.
The beginning of the head.
And it says on line 3 at the end. כנגד גימל קרחות אלו כתוב בפסוק גימל פעמים וארסתיך. It says וארסתיך לי באמונה, וארסתיך לי במשפט. So that's why the 3 wraps are כנגד the 3 וארסתיchs. It says in the pasuk, וארסתיך לי באמונה, you will marry me with faith. וארסתיך לי בחסד בגונה וחסד בנעמים. צדק ומשפט בחסד בנעמים. Hold on. וארסתיך לי what's the last one? What's the first one? What's the first? No, what's the first one? You marry me forever. You marry me with righteousness, whatever, and you will marry me. You have
to be saying when you put it on.
We're getting there right now.
We're saying it.
Hold on. No, he didn't say to say it. Moshe, he didn't say to say it. He didn't say to say it yet.
It's connected, but it's
Keneged. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Everything is here. He says over here, Keneged gimel kerechot elu katuv b'pasuk gimel pamim v'rastich. Al ken, therefore, כשעושים elu hagimel kerechot sabiv ha'etzba, when you put them around the finger 3 times, ra'ui lomar pesukim elu. It's fit to say these pesukim when you wrap them. Who's talking now? Kafa Haim's talking. V'rastich li le'olam, v'rastich li b'sedek v'shpat v'zlachamim, v'rastich li emunah, v'yada'at et Hashem. V'yaviu ashla, the Shlach Kadosh brings this custom, and other sources as well. Ben Ish Hai, v'yizaharu anogim k'nomar berachot shachad, b'chot HaTorah kodem. If you're going to say these pesukim, you got to make sure you say b'chot HaTorah first, because this is Torah. Now, Hakam Ovadia.
Wait, you're saying you cannot put on tefillin unless they become tefillin?
You could put tefillin on, you just can't say these pesukim. Hakam Ovadia.
I'm learning Torah.
You ready? Huh?
I'm learning Torah.
It's reading Torah. It's a pasuk in Navi. Okay, are we with us? Last thing for today, guys. And I want to tell you guys, come back next week because we need to learn this sikha from the Lubavitch Rebbe together. It's beautiful. David, you better be here next week. בשעה שקרח הרצועות, בשעה שקרח הרצועה סביב האצבע, when he put the wrap around his finger, לא עמד פסוקי ורסתיך, he did not say this pesukim. Hakam Vadia. He did not say it. Let's see the bottom, and then that's it for today. It says in Yakul Yosef, and the reason they say is, it's a hoshesh hefsek. Maybe it's a hefsek if you speak, because you're not finished the tefillin yet, and you're going to speak before the end. Shema ena kirichot mitkayemot ela ad ahar keshira hanaasit ahar kiricha la'etzba. Maybe the whole tefillin sturdiness is not going to stay sturdy without the fingers. If you don't put the fingers on, it won't be very tight, and if it will come off, it's not called put on properly. And that's why maybe these words are a hefsek that you're talking.
But we said that after putting on the rosh, the mitzvah is done. That's what he said.
We said that even the 7
Right.
The 7 kerichot, you're right. You're right. It's a hashash hefsek.
I can make it more complicated.
Go for it.
What about for us for Kohanim when we do on hold, when we put Have to take
So,
out, but-
right, as soon as you put it on and you locked it in,
Yeah.
you've officially fulfilled the mitzvah.
Okay. so
Now you
put
can
back-
take it off.
Take it off and put it back.
Right, no, now you can take it off. Gam Hagaon Rav Elyashav היה מקפיד לא לדבר עד שגמר את הקשר בכף היד. Rav Elyashav also, that's how the Sfaradim call him, but he was Ashkenaz. In the yeshiva world, they call him Rav Elyashav. That's what they call him in the yeshivish world. Rav Elyashiv, he also didn't talk until he finished the whole hand, wrapping the whole hand. ואפילו חיכה להגיד את פסוקים באלסטיך, and he even waited, he didn't say even this pesukim until it was finished. וכן, ready for this one? I need your help. He did not say this pesukim until it was over, until he finished.
finished the three,
And then he said
the three.
Yeah.
Oh, so, okay.
Okay, David, ready for this one? וכן, also, האדמו"ר, the Hasidic rabbi, מפשavarsik. מפשavarsik. The Admor from Peshavarsik, Moreh lebechoreh bar mitzvah, he used to teach the bar mitzvah boys, Lo lamar be'erastichti, don't say this pasuk be'erastich, ad shegomrim sibuv ha'retzuah b'kaf hayad, until you finish the whole hand. Ubetam, huh? It's a hashash hefsek.
Right.
Maybe you're not finished yet. You don't want to talk. You think pesukim, but you're not finished the mitzvah, maybe.
It's not. So if you wrap your finger and all that, and then you say, what's the point?
Because it's still keneged.
Right.
I don't say it at all. I don't say this at all. That's why Be'erastich, I don't say it. No.
So you can
Who taught you that?
Chavadia.
Huh? You go to buy some.
You
Chavadia?
know what? He does.
No.
He did say it.
Chavadia did not say it. Rabbi Yashiv said it.
In the
Chavadia
book
did,
that you just read,
he did not say it.
he said sometimes he said it, sometimes didn't. say
No,
it.
no,
What?
no.
No.
That's not what it said.
That's not what you just said.
No,
No.
no, he did not say it. Sometimes he did 2 off, sometimes he took 3 off.
That I heard.
That's what he did. And he did not say it. I know, with the finish. Who's waiting? Who's waiting? Ubetam amirat pesukim elu. Why do we say the pesukim at all? Hivi b'sefer Masat Shimunim, which is in the Kaf HaChaim. It's keneged the kerichot, the 3 wraps of the 3 be'erastichs. And still, however, he says, Sheb ve'al ta'aseh adif. When you're in a doubt, sit and don't do anything is better than doing the wrong thing.
Talk about it.
My bar mitzvah teacher taught me to say ve'erastich.
Me too.
I've been saying it all my life. So I stopped.
I also said it when I was bar mitzvah, and then when I learned and I got educated, I stopped saying it. If you said it, you have a lot to rely on, but if B'chamadiyah did not say it. Rabbi Hanan B'Shalmed, Hasag Zechut Zechot Tziseh Tvichach, בא להם תורה מצוות שנאמר, אדוני חפש למען שכל ידיר תורה וידיר.